at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his praying. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is stay to the sweet chanting Hari's name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
OGEP.com.
Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Thank you for coming, everybody. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, let's chant a little japa now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I'll put you up here in a little while, Tom. Right now, I think I'll just stick it out here. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I don't want any distractions right now. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. You can just hang out down there and I'll put you up in a little bit. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Jesus. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, Jesus. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Sri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga Gauranga 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 Sri Gauranga Nityananda Nityananda Gauranga 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Here, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Watch this video. A minute here.
Hey, let's have some fun. Some more fun. See if we can free a few captives here. Want to free? Let's see if we can free a few captives.
I'll be right back.
Raj devotees and ISKCON devotees and stuff. As a duty to Srila Prabhupada. some 30, 40 people to give up their life. They go right to where you are in Vrindavan.
That's too intense. Okay, I'll just stay here for Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. She came here for fun. All right. She came here for some fun. All right, let's have some fun. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Why don't you come on live? They really have some. Oh yeah, you only got your cell phone. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Now, let me read a little bit here. Let's read something. Let's have some fun. Feel a little restless today. See, database. Oops. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let's read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra. Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Chapter 13 in the Anchalila. Pastimes of Jagadananda Pandit and Raghunath Das Goswami. Let's see here. Text number 1. Let me take shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Gaurachandra. His mind became exhausted and his body very thin from the pain of separation from Krishna. But when he felt ecstatic love for the Lord, he again became fully developed. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, and all glories to Advaita Acharya, and all glories to the devotees of the Lord. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would taste various transcendental relationships. Of pure love in the company of Jagadananda Pandit. The unhappiness of separation from Krishna exhausted the Lord's mind and reduced the structure of his body. And when he felt emotions of ecstatic love, he again became developed and healthy. Because he was very thin, when he laid down to rest on the dry bark of the plantain trees, it caused him pain in his bones. All the devotees felt very unhappy to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in pain. Indeed, they could not tolerate it. Then Jagadananda Pandit devised a remedy. He acquired some fine cloth and colored it with red oxide, and then he filled it with cotton from a simul tree. In this way, he made a quilt and a pillow, which he then gave to Govinda, saying, "Ask the Lord to lie on this." Jagadananda said to Swarab Damodar Goswami, "Today, please personally persuade Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to lie down on the bed." When it was time for the Lord to go to bed, Swarab Damodar stayed nearby. But when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw the quilt and pillow, he was immediately very angry. The Lord inquired from Govinda, "Who has made this?" When Govinda named Jagannananda Pandit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was somewhat fearful. After, After asking Govinda to put aside the quilt and pillow, the Lord lay down on a dry plantain bark. Swabdamodar said to the Lord, "I cannot contradict your supreme will, my Lord. But if you do not accept the bedding, Jagannananda Pandit will feel great unhappiness." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "You might as well bring a bedstead here for me to lie on. Jagannananda Pandit wants me to enjoy material happiness. I am in the renounced order, and therefore I must lie on the floor. For me to use a bedstead, quilt, or pillow would be shameful." When Swarab Damodar returned and related all these incidents, Jagannananda Pandit felt very unhappy. Then Swarab Damodar Goswami devised another method. First, he secured a large quantity of dry banana leaves. He then tore the leaves into very fine fibers. In this way, Swarab Damodar made some bedding and a pillow, and after much endeavor by the devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted them. Everyone was happy to see the Lord lie down on that bed. But Jagannananda was inwardly angry and externally appeared very unhappy. Formerly, when Jagannananda Pandit had desired to go to Vrindavan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had not given his permission and therefore he could not go. Now, concealing his anger and unhappiness, Jagannananda Pandit again asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for permission to go to Vrindavan, Mathura. With great affection, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "If you are angry with me, when you go to Mathura, you will merely become a beggar and criticize me." Grasping the Lord's feet, Jagannananda Pandit said, "For a long time, I have desired to go to Vrindavan. I could not go without your Lordship's permission. Now you must give me permission, and I shall certainly go there." Because of affection for Jagannananda Pandit, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not permit him to depart. But Jagannananda Pandit repeatedly insisted that the Lord give him permission to go. Jagannananda then submitted a plea to Swarab Damodar. For a very long time, he said, "I have wanted to go to Vrindavan. I cannot go there, however, without the Lord's permission, which at present he denies me. He says, 'You are going there because you're angry with me. Naturally, I have a desire to go to Vrindavan. Therefore, please humbly request him to grant his permission.'" Thereafter, Swarab Damodar Goswami submitted this appeal at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jagannananda Pandit intensely desires to go to Vrindavan. He begs for your permission again and again. Therefore, please permit him to go to Mathura and then return. You permitted him to go see Mother Sachi in Bengal, and you may similarly permit him to go to Vrindavan and then return here. At the request of Swarab Damodar Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu granted Jagadananda Pandit permission to go. The Lord sent for him and instructed him as follows. You may go as far as Varanasi without encountering disturbances. But beyond Varanasi, you should be very careful to travel on the path in the company of the Kshatriyas. As soon as the plunderers on the road see a Bengali traveling alone, they take everything from him, arrest him, and do not let him go. When you reach Mathura, you should remain with Sanatana Goswami and offer respectful obeisances to the feet of all the leading men there. Do not mix freely with the residents of Mathura. Show them respect from a distance. Because you are on a different platform of devotional service, you cannot adopt their behavior and practices. See, that's this Raganuga Bhakti path. That's what we're teaching here, is in a sense to give respect to the Vaidhi Bhaktas from a distance, because there's another platform of devotional service the devotees are doing here. And it's misunderstood by those on the Vaidhi platform. But those who are ready, after practicing Vaidhi Bhakti a long time, or whatever, whatever path you've done, maybe you've been in the world a long time and you're sick of it, and Krishna knows your heart. He'll send you here because we do the quick deliverance routine here. Yeah, that's our routine, is quickly deliver the conditioned souls with these conclusive truths and ecstatic worship. Yeah. Yeah, so that's basically it for that verse there. It's a really important one. This kind of bhakti does not develop well amongst Vaidhi Bhaktas because this is genuine feelings for God. They're intimate, transcendental feelings. And the Vaidhi Bhaktas who are worshiping according to rituals and rules, regulations, Brahminical rules like this, cannot understand this level of worship. Yeah, I know Lilita's resting. Yeah, so I need to watch this video for a little bit because I need to do something. If I don't do it, I'll have to leave, and I'm not sure if I want to leave. Just watch this for a few minutes. Wherever that is, that's not fair. And Krishna says, well, they can just follow what I say. If they believe in me and take shelter of my word, they go where I am. You want to be where I am? Take shelter of this world. Does it look good to chant like this? Does it look good to know things like this? Does this intimacy with God look good? Come here. If it doesn't go, you want to go where Radhanath is? You want to go follow his purpose? It's good for you or not. It's good for everybody. What's good? That's too heavy. Let me find another video here. Let's get rid of that one. It's a different mood. Okay, let me find another one. Then I'll be back in a few minutes. Oops, not that either. No, not that one either. What is going on here? Why can't I find one? Here it is. Let's try another video here. Oh, no, not that one either. I'm sorry. I'll find something here that's appropriate, hopefully. Let's try this one here. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Yeah, that one. Watch that for a little bit. Chandra Gora, Chandra Goranga, Goranga, Gora, Chandra Gora, Chandra Goranga, Goranga, Gora, Chandra Gora. Hey Gora, Chandra Gora, Chandra Goranga, Goranga, Gora, Chandra Gora, Chandra Goranga, Goranga. Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra. Vishwabara. Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit. Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Vishwabara, Vishwabara. Vishwabara, Vishwabara, Nimai Pandit. Vishwambara, Vishwambara, Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit. Nimai Pandit, Nimai Pandit, Vishwambara, Vishwambara. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord Krishna. Jai Sri Radhe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh boy. Krishna is fun, man. He's fun. He's the fun house, man. House of fun. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Best entertainment in town, man. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. He's the entertainer. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Exit stage left. Yeah, I'm a little bit weak towards this time of the day because of the fasting. I'm getting adjusted to it. Okay. Nothing is too heavy for heavy weights. Yeah, right. Okay, back to the story. Let's see where we're at here. See if I get a little more energy. I try to extend this here. Oops. No, I don't want that there. Yeah. So visit all the 12 forests of Vrindavan in the company of Sanatan Goswami. Do not leave his association even for a moment. You should remain in Vrindavan for only a short time and then return here as soon as possible. Also, do not climb Govardhan Hill to see the Gopal deity. Inform Sanatan Goswami that I am coming to Vrindavan for a second time and that he should therefore arrange a place for me to stay. Visit all 12 forests of Vrindavan in the company of Sanatan Goswami. Do not leave his association for even a moment. After saying this, the Lord embraced Jagadananda Pandit, who then worshipped the Lord's lotus feet and started for Vrindavan. He took permission from all the devotees and then departed. Traveling on the forest path, he soon reached Vrindavan. When he met Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhar in Varanasi. Oops. Okay, let's let a few people up here. Where's Tom? Where are you, Tom? I'll take you down if you're. There you go. Okay, back. Where's the book? Yeah. When he met Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhar in Varanasi, they heard from him topics concerning Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is the secret, is to become a devotee of Lord Caitanya. And when you meet an associate, that's possible. Otherwise, you won't feel this relation. This is how it was 550 years ago. People, by meeting the devotees, they would discuss Lord Caitanya, who had a connection with Lord Caitanya, a relationship, transcendental relationship. That's the essence. Lord Caitanya is the only meaning for one advancing in spiritual life. And you get that meaning of advancing in spiritual life simply by being around those who are devotees of Lord Caitanya, real devotees, not those who speculate on what real Krishna consciousness is, that are in the rituals and they meet Prabhupada or the disciples of Prabhupada, but they're not associates yet. They don't know Prabhupada and what a real associate really is. So this meeting Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta and all of these persons is ultimately to recognize an associate of Lord Caitanya. And if you recognize them, you will have ecstatic devotion. Otherwise, you don't know them enough yet. That's why we're here. This is the shiksha for the devotees. Otherwise, you don't know Prabhupada. It's not about prancing around the world saying you're Prabhupada disciples and the pride of that. No, it's to become a real associate of Lord Caitanya like Prabhupada is. But you need a real associate to get you there. To bring you to that platform of understanding. There's no other way. It's not so easy to become an associate of Lord Caitanya. So since Bhakti Vinod, it's been coming in stages now. I've been all over India. I've been looking around at gurus and followers and saintly people. I didn't see one person I would say, this is a real associate of Lord Caitanya. And I'm sure even in your more limited experience, You can see, well, how many are like this? You got to find the example in the book and in the world. Otherwise, how do you know Narayan Maharaj is an associate of Lord Caitanya? Have you seen it? I mean, how do you know? I wasn't impressed by the books I read and his preaching personally. He was holding back. I mean, I'm not saying this to be offensive, but hey, man, I'm a realist. Lord Chaitanya's devotees were realists, not this sentimental thing that people are, oh, don't be offensive, Prabhu. Don't question authority. What? You want me to do that with the world? You want me to not question Biden's authority? Or how about Trump's authority? Or how about Bill Gates' authority? How about Klaus Schwab's authority? Don't question authority. Oh, you darn right I'm going to question authority. You're darn right I'm going to question Radhanath and Govind, all these guys that are claiming to be authorities in the Krishna consciousness movement. I want to know, are you a real authority? Are you a real associate of Lord Caitanya? I know my preaching is intense. That's just the way it is. Vinegar. Well, we get the job done here. Is that not logical? What is this thing of this feigned? Don't question Radhanath if he's a realist. So I'm questioning. You should question too, because I already know where I'm going. I know where I am. I can chant and I am happy. Krishna comes and makes me happy every day. But you all out there, I'm doubtful of. You gurus, I'm doubtful that you're where I'm at and my disciples are at. I'm very doubtful, and your followers should be doubtful. Matter of fact, you should be doubtful. You should question your own self. Are you an associate of Lord Caitanya? Because they're the ones that make the connection. Give the connection. If not, step aside. Let us get our job done. Let us connect. Let us marry everybody to Krishna. We already got a few married here. We're going to marry many more. Stop blocking their way. What did Jesus said? I'll repeat what Jesus said. And I'm aiming that what Jesus said to the Pharisees, I aim it right at the Vaishnavas in Krishna conscious movement. You know what Jesus said to the Pharisees, and Gohari says to these gurus? You don't go into the kingdom of God, which is the devotee, the real associate of Lord Caitanya, and you block the way for others by not allowing them to go in. So step aside for everybody's welfare. It's the devotees who have an authentic relationship with Lord Caitanya. So we're not hiding anymore. We're exposing the Maya if it's out there. Expose. Whatever was hidden in the closets. And that includes devotion. That includes Maya. That includes illusion. That includes false acharyas, false spiritual masters. Whatever was hidden in the closets will be revealed at this time. Why not? It's a time for, this is what they call the climax of the greatest show on earth, man. It's where people are saved from illusions. Oh, forgive me for getting a little excited, you know, Gohari does. You know, one devotee today, he called me up and he says, I'm surprised you answered, you know. So I don't know, I was inspired to answer. So I answered, and the guy was crying. He was kind of like a ISKCON connected, you know. And he liked my preaching, but it was hard for him because, yeah, you're always criticizing and all this, but somehow or other it got through. And he was crying, like, well, now I really see, I thought, we're this way, but, when I went out to these gurus and everything, they got no compassion. They don't have compassion. They have no heart. You have a heart for people. Yeah. He's crying down. It was like an awakening for the guy. And I said, listen, that Krishna is very merciful to see you. The real thing is not I'm sitting there being, trying to offend devotees. I'm trying to help them. It's the truth that's going to set you free. It's like telling Lord Caitanya, oh, why did you tell Devananda Pandit that he was not qualified? Why did you tell Devananda Pandit that he was not qualified, even though because he's a nice Brahmin, and he's a guru, and he's got disciples, and he's preaching Srimad Bhagavatam. Why did you go and get angry, at Devananda Pandit? Well, because he became a pure devotee, otherwise he was destined to take more births. You could just say, Gauri, why are you saying that these gurus are not as high as they say they are, or people think they are? Why are you saying that? Why are you, like that? Well, because Lord Caitanya was like that and delivered gurus like that, because he exposed the truth that these gurus could not see themselves. He broke them through, that their followers couldn't break them through. That's why we remember Lord Caitanya. That's why we remember Jesus, because they had the balls to preach the truth, even with some anger, and overturn the tables. Yes, the money changers. This Gohari's the same mood. You think Lord Caitanya was a wimp? He's just always humble and all. He said, Devananda Pandit, he's a rascal. He has no ecstatic devotion. Radhanath is a rascal. He has no ecstatic devotion. I've never seen it, and nor have you. No proof at all. Old ball of wax is just Vaidhi Bhaktas. They're not the door to the kingdom of God. Nobody's proved it except here. So you don't want real teachings that Lord Caitanya taught? You don't want to see them in action? Don't come here, because you're going to see in action what Lord Caitanya taught, and you're going to see it in a book, and you're going to see it live. And I use live bait here, man. Live candidates. I use the Devananda Pandits of this day and chastise them and tell the truth for their benefit and their followers. Otherwise, they're going to die and take another birth. Okay. How are you going to know the pastimes of the Lord unless somebody demonstrates? You read that pastime with Devananda Pandit, after hearing this, what was just said here, then you'll realize something. Now you realize what real spiritual life is. Otherwise, you're an illusion. These people can't show you what real spirit. These gurus can't show you what real spiritual life is. They show you the feigned version, the hypocritical version, the speculation version. They're not experienced devotees. They don't show what you see here every day. They don't speak like you hear here every day. They don't have any power to deliver anybody. Ask Janaki. She was there for 40 years. She's seen them. They came to her house, smoking their pot and all that stuff. These are your deliverers, and now they're out there doing nothing. Feel any energy, Tom? Why should we just read these pastimes? Why not tell a real story with all the energy behind it? You know what I mean? Can you imagine being there with Devananda Pandit and Lord Caitanya says, I'm going to rip up his book. He has no devotion. He should not be teaching it. You think that teaching of Lord Caitanya isn't for today? It's more for today because we're here today. We're in 2023. Where are those guys? Where are those Devananda Pandits? I say in ISKCON. I say in Gaudiya Samiti. I say in Gaudiya Math. That's where they are. And this with a money maga. I just needed to lay down for a couple of minutes. You know, this is, if you're going to go to a movie, you need to have a live movie, man. You know, living. We're the living. This is when these beings were alive. Now you get to see everybody. They're shaking in their boots. You know, they can't take this kind of preaching. They got to work. They worship who they don't know. If you can get through this, if you can be in this energy, you're going to know Lord Caitanya. You're going to feel Lord Caitanya. And you're going to love it, man. You're going to love him. The associate shows you the real nature of Lord Caitanya in all his moods, in his soft like a flower and hard like a thunderbolt. See, River, Lalita's frozen there and with a smile on her face. You see that in the sight? Yes, give me more. See, there you go. See, you got it's all about, you got to see the pastimes of the Lord enacted again, man. Otherwise, there's no class act in this world. What do you want to see, a Vaidhi act? Ah, man, go to the Vatican and watch a Vaidhi act. Yeah, go to the little Jewish people with a little cap on and see a Vaidhi act. Go to the Vaishnavas, man, and look at them little devotees going up on the altar. Oh, yeah, good day, give me some mercy, which they don't have yet. You got to meet a rare associate of Lord Caitanya, man, who's the real deal. The real enchilada. Or otherwise you get nada. Hey, we're dealing with Maya here, man. Maya's, she always, you know, what is this? Maya's always illusioning everybody. She's always tricking. She's a hypocrite, all that, and all the way up into religion. And they go and they show, see, this is hypocrisy. This is real Krishna consciousness. This is real worship of Jesus in the Vatican. It's all bullshit, as far as I've seen. This is real worship. This is real, man. This is spiritual potency. This is the ecstatic side of spirituality. This is conclusive understanding. It's a comedy. It's a thriller. It's a love story. It's everything to do with the spiritual world. So you just need a good storyteller that gets into the story. It's almost like they are the story. They are the book. What do you think devotee Bhagavat and book Bhagavat mean? You got to get the book, man. You got to see the book come alive. I can do better. I'm half asleep. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. You want me to really let go, huh? You really want me to let loose? Oh, no. This body will not tolerate it. It's already straining. I forgot about eating. That I did. Hey, I overcome bodily. So, back to the story. So finally, Jagadananda Pandit reached Mathura, where he met Sanatana Goswami. They were very pleased to see each other. After Sanatana Goswami had taken Jagadananda to see all 12 forests of Vrindavan, concluding with Mahavan, the two of them remained in Gokul. They stayed in Sanatana Goswami's cave, but Jagadananda Pandit would go to the nearby temple and cook for himself. Sanatana Goswami would beg alms from door to door in the vicinity of Mahavan. Sometimes he would go to a temple and sometimes a Brahmin's house. Sanatana Goswami attended all Jagadananda Pandit's needs. He begged in the area of Madhavan and brought Jagadananda Pandit all kinds of things to eat and drink. One day, Jagadananda Pandit, having invited Sanatana to the nearby temple for lunch, finished his routine duties and began to cook. Previously, a great sannyasi named Mukunda Saraswati had given Sanatana Goswami an outer garment. Sanatana Goswami was wearing this cloth bound around his head when he came to Jagadananda Pandit's door and sat down. Assuming the reddish cloth to be a gift from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagadananda Pandit was overwhelmed with ecstatic love. Thus he questioned Sanatana Goswami, "Where did you get that reddish cloth on your head?" Jagadananda Pandit, hearing this, Jagadananda Pandit immediately, wait, where did you get this reddish cloth on your head? Yeah, the verse is missing, but I'll just repeat it because I know it well. So Sanatana Goswami said, Mukunda Saraswati, or whatever his name is, gave it to me, the sannyasi, who was a Mayavadi type sannyasi. He was not a devotee of Lord Caitanya. So listen what Jagadananda Pandit did. You think my behavior is weird? You think I'm intense? You think I'm off the wall? Well, let me tell you one of my brothers. Let me show you one of my brother's associates. You'll think, oh, this is really nothing the way Gaur Haridas is. Hearing this, Jagadananda Pandit immediately became very angry and took a cooking pot in his hand, intending to beat Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami said, however, Sanatana Goswami, what, God, you know? Oh, yeah. You are one of the chief associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jagadananda Pandit says. Indeed, no one is dearer to him. Still, you bound your head with a cloth given to you by another sannyasi. Who can tolerate such behavior? Sanatana Goswami, however, knew Jagadananda Pandit very well and was consequently ashamed, somewhat ashamed. And Jagadananda Pandit therefore left the cooking pot on the stove and spoke. See the dedication that Jagadananda Pandit, see the faith that he had in Lord Caitanya? See how he reacted by an associate of the Lord doing such a thing. Like, oh, what? You're binding your head. You see what chastity really is? You see what real faith in you see what real surrender is? He bound his head with a cloth of another devotee. No, he wasn't even a devotee. He was a Mayavadi sannyasi. He had no devotion. He was like Devananda Pandit. Maybe a little bit worse. And Jagadananda Pandit knows these subtle principles. How dare you? This is as bad as if Tom would be dedicated to that Sadguru guy. This is dedication to reality. This is like if you're a real devotee here and you got a real guru here and you apply these other so-called gurus and you bind your heads with a cloth of a person who's not an associate of Lord Caitanya, or you believe their word or their speculations. You'll get a cooking pot in spirit. We don't do the real thing. I'll give you the visualization of getting hit with the mantra version of the cooking pot. That's like being not knowing. That's what Prabhupada was. I'll tell you, when Prabhupada disappeared and these gurus went to the God brothers, they're not gurus. They had no spiritual power or real faith in Prabhupada. They had no empowerment. They went to the God brothers to get counseling. If they would have had, Prabhupada didn't say that or do that, but well, maybe he said, yeah, you guys aren't empowered yet. You're still gonna need some shiksha, but my God brothers can't give it to you really. They don't have that kind of empowerment. You need to wait for an acharya to arise by the will of Krishna and get the empowerment to find out who your guru really is. So that's Jagannananda Pandit saying, what are you doing? Don't you have the guru of the universe? You're dedicated. What are you binding your head with a cloth of a sannyasi who has no dedication to the real God on this planet? When you find the real guru, you find the real Lord, the transcendental Lord. When you find the real guru, real devotee, real associate, knows the real Lord and presents the world the real Lord, the real philosophical conception of a real disciple, of a real follower of Lord Caitanya. If you're good with that, you get into the kingdom of God. If you're not good with it, you'll be with the betrayers, with the hypocrites, with the liars and the cheaters, the ones who don't know the real associates of the Lord, even though they have the name, I'm a Prabhupada disciple. If you're a real Prabhupada disciple who have the real mercy of Prabhupada, you will know Prabhupada. You will know that he's an ecstatic devotee, and you would have no problem with the preaching here. If you have a problem with the preaching here, the ecstatic love here, and the rock solid, diamond-like preaching here, see? Then you don't know Prabhupada yet. But you could. If you get the mercy of the Lord, you'll be like that devotee, that Vaidhi today. He came, he called me up and started crying. He said, you're the one who has real compassion. You have a real heart. Not these guys. They don't have any compassion or heart yet. And you know what I told them? Well, they haven't been born. What do you expect? They're not alive yet. They're still kicking in the womb. They haven't come out yet. Krishna has not come out of them. The compassion you see here is the Lord's compassion. What is compassion? Sometimes it's a thunderbolt. What is the Lord's compassion? Sometimes it's soft like a flower. Can you take the full range of God's compassion? If not, you'll pass out of love's threshing floor. Remember that poem? Oh, I love that poem, man. Kehilcha Brahm. If love finds you worthy, it will direct your course. If it directs you here, it's found you worthy. And if you cannot take love's threshing, you get a thrashing. You know threshing? Ask River. Tom, I'm sure he gets thrashed a few times, gets a few thrashings here. Hey, what do you think? Even Jesus said, what I have done, you all men must do. You're going to get your thrashing. You're not ready to be thrashed? Well, get out of love's thrashing floor, love's threshing floor, which will sift you to whiteness and caress your tenderest leaves and descend to your roots and shake them from their clinging to the earth. You feel any shakes here? Feel any quakes here? So that you can cry your deepest tears and laugh your deepest laughter. Isn't that funny? He had no idea who Krishna was. That was completely channeled by him from the Lord, talking about the devotional mellows. See? That's why if you're not ready, you can't come here. You can't take this. You believe in hypocrites, liars, and cheaters still. That's why the world goes around. You have to believe in truthful devotees who are honest, to the point, frank, if you want to be delivered. Otherwise, even Prabhupada didn't tell you these things. Bhaktisiddhanta didn't tell his disciples these things. They couldn't take it. Most of them were still looking at Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta's pockets. They still wanted to be guru. There's no room for a word like this. This is for people who are ready to cry, ready to put out the material existence with those tears of really wanting a sincere, the association of the realized devotees preaching the real path. Otherwise, those are your fault. Those the Lord will lead you. He directs the wanderings. He'll direct you to those who are not like that. The fakes, they're not quite real yet. They're like the shadow of the truth. You know, the ceremonies, the ceremonial priests, stuff like that. You want that? Well, yeah, okay. We're for those ready to cry for Krishna, ready to say, hey, man, I couldn't find it there. I'm ready for the truth. We're for you. The Lord knows who's supposed to be here. I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to say, well, I better not be so mean. I better not be so truthful and honest, because otherwise people will leave here and I won't get more followers. All the ISKCON devotees won't be impressed, and they won't come here because I tell them where their gurus are really at and their real level of spiritual advancement. Because we believe that their pure devotees on the highest platform are going to deliver us. Well, then you keep believing that until you see reality, because I'm going to speak reality. I'm going to show reality here. You're not ready for it? Well, stay out there with them. Rub shoulders out there with the blind leaders, and you remain blind followers until you're ready. The Lord knows who's ready. See, then you'll be a ready Freddy. See, Freddy was ready. Right, ready, Freddy? Replying to Freddy, I'm dancing with Dean on the ceiling. Feeling good hearing this thrashing. It's great, Tarun. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes first you feel bad because you get purified. Then later you get it. Okay. You are one of the chief associates of Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Indeed, no one is dearer to him than you. Sanatana Goswami said, my dear Jagannananda Pandit, you are greatly learned and saint. No one is dearer to Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu than you. This faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quite befits you. Unless you demonstrate it, how could I learn such faith? See, so the devotees are so amazing, so uncommon. Can you imagine? Sanatana Goswami knew this was going to happen. He wanted this demonstrated so the world could see. So the world can see the glories of a real associate of Lord Caitanya. The dedication of a real associate of Lord Caitanya. Nobody knows. They think these weak spiritual they're not even spirit teachers yet. They think that's real. Yeah, you come here, we'll show you what's real. We'll show you practical spiritual life with devotees. My Lord Caitanya is practical. Just like Prabhupada was practical, empowered by the spiritual potency to do something significant in this world, like we've done already. You don't think this is significant? This is amazing. You guys are all in Maya out there. You're all in illusion if you can't see that deliverance in the Hare Krishna movement is right in the room here. Right, elephant, right in the room, right in your face. That's why you have to yell to get our point across here. You're lucky I'm fasting. Can't make the full point. Oh, we're doing pretty good, I think, here. You see how it is to make things that are plainly up with blind people. You got to go in there with a scalpel and take the scales off their eyes or something. You know, just go right in there. You ever seen those guys in India? They clean the earwax out of people. You know, they go on the beaches and they put the thing, and then well, I can hear now. Yeah, go. I got that hat. I do that earwax cleaner, man. We just go and scrape the earwax out there. We use the word, you know, just scrape out the. Yeah. Yeah. You know who else did a job like that? See, Advaita. He also wanted to show the glories of real bhakti and devotional service, so he took the example. He went and preached Mayavadi again, which Lord Shiva does, and that's one of his forms. Combination between Vishnu and Shiva. Actually, every devotee is like real devotee is like that. Combination. Prabhupada was like that. You know, they are so surrendered to the Lord, it's hard to tell, are they the devotee or there's the Lord coming through them? That's your real guru, man. I met a devotee like that in Radhakund, you know. He was a Prabhupada disciple. And one day he was on a walk with Prabhupada and he asked a stupid question, you know, and Prabhupada turned to him, went like this, and he saw Prabhupada turned into a four-handed Vishnu form. See? That's the surrendered devotee like that. And Prabhupada didn't say anything or said just something, you know, but he saw that form and he turned around and he was shaken, man. And for 3 days he stayed in his room. He was so transformed. That's an associate. And you're lucky to see something like that when you see a real guru. Their surrender, true, that you find out what real surrender is. See, the Lord he comes as those devotees. The devotee never says they're God or anything, but the Lord, they're so surrendered and so intimate with the Lord, it's like the Lord takes their form and shows you what the kingdom of God is, shows you what real spiritual truth is, shows you what Radha's real feelings are. How else are you going to know unless you meet such an associate? Crazy wisdom, huh? Wouldn't you say? So Sanatan says, this faith in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quite befits you. See, the devotee is looking at, you know, if you're in Maya, you know, you look like, you see an associate like that acting in a strange way, kind of like we do here. You would, if you're just a fault finder, or you're just a materialistic Vaishnava, you know what you see? Oh, look at Jagannananda Pandit. He took a cooking pot against a real associate of the Lord Chaitanya. That's what people see. That's when I preach like this. That's what most see. Oh, look at Gaurahari. He's angry and all this. But Sanatan, a real devotee, didn't see like that. The one who has the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya doesn't see like that, do they? Many of you don't see like that, do you? And if you do and you stick it out here, you become purified. You become broken through the illusion. You know what the illusion is? Oh, a pure devotee. This is the bullshit you've heard from these so-called leaders and gurus and all that. A pure devotee is always humble. A pure devotee is always feigned like this. A pure devotee is always like this. And all you're getting is the hypocrisy of following a person who hasn't realized Krishna. How dare you worship idols? How dare you worship a person who is not delivered and can't deliver you ecstatic love? What is this? It's really true. The guru is as good as God, but otherwise you're as good as a kangaroo. Person who jumps to position. This is taking it cheaply. Guru is as good as God, and then you worship these thousands of appointed gurus. They're good as pieces of shit. How dare you take the position as a deliverer of your disciples and have them bow down to you and give you their money and give you their time and energy, and you give them a false claim that you can take them to Vrindavan. Bullshit. It's a lie. How long are you going to believe in Maya's lies? Is this too truthful? Am I saying, is it a lie that these gurus can deliver you? Have you seen any ecstatic devotion like you see here on any? You point out one guru where you saw with your own experience, your own eyes, the kind of ecstasy you see in this group here, the kind of preaching you hear in this group. You show me one, and I'll show you a real associate of Lord Caitanya. Got to be careful. Fast. Maybe I shouldn't fast, man. I get too intense. We're going for what do you call it? Prabhupada said you should shoot for the rhinoceros, Go, blazing guns, going blazing, guns blazing. We go in, right? Let's go in with our guns, the big guns. With the 50 caliber machine gun. You ever seen one of those? Oh man, when they make impact, they knock they knock somebody way down the road. They're armor piercing bullets. We pierce the armor of all these false representatives. We pierce their armor. They can't withstand the bullets here, man. Don't worry, Guru Dave. Those gurus are falling like flies. Well, we just give them a little swat. We help them a little bit. It's like you ever see those cars in the movies? They go over a cliff and they're just kind of teetering, right? Teetering. And then if we just want to give them a little push, just push it off, get them out of the way, My purpose in binding my head with the cloth has now been fulfilled because I have personally seen your uncommon love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, personally seen the uncommon love of a devotee. They're like that, very dedicated. They don't, for the preaching purposes, they come out. Devotee, they don't have to point out Maya. They know Maya's game. I don't have to say anything. I could be nice, I guess. I have to be the way the Lord takes over, But it doesn't have to be pointed out. These things, people can go and take another birth. These gurus can stay on the Vaidhi platform. These devotees, millions of them, can just take more births. But the word speeds things up. It's the divine intervention. Can you imagine if Jesus didn't come and preach tough truth? Can you imagine Lord Caitanya didn't come and preach these kinds of truths and expose the Devananda Pandits as not real pure devotees and not having the real standard? Can you imagine that would anybody here have the kind of bhakti you have now if Gohari didn't open his big mouth? It's pretty big, isn't it? Why? Hey, man, you can't say a person has a big mouth unless you hear it and experience it for yourself. See? People say, Gohari, you're a bad tree, man. Your fruit is bad. Are you kidding me? Look at the fruit here. It is tasty and sweet. Man, look at River. He's lapping it up. Look at Lalita Ganga, you know. She's lapping it up. You want to see? I'll show you right here. Here you go. Look at this. Look at Lalita Ganga over there.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hey, does that look like a happy lady? Come on, does that lady look unhappy? Is she eating bad fruit? What do you guys think? You tell me, man. What is this? Is she happy? Has she found God? Has she found the real path? What do you think there, Narayan Raj devotees? What do you think, Radhanath devotees? Has she found the real God or what? Have you viewed like that when you were just you tell me, is that a happy lady or what?
Vishvambara, 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 Vishvambara. Gauranga, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gauranga, Gauranga, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gauranga, Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya.
So, I think we made our point. I'm going to save that video. We can use that one, certain times. She's always like that. Isn't it amazing? That shows you that the real fruit is here, man. That's what you should see. Not like, don't see chapter 23, Vaishnavas. I'm preaching to the choir here, but maybe somebody will run across this video out there in Vaidhi land, over there on the internet. Chapter 23 tells you the real nature of devotees. Not even the greatest scholars can understand their behavior. Not even the greatest Acharya Devs with their big scholarship can understand. If he could, he would be here in a second. But he's not, because he can't understand. And you guys are going to learn from him. You think you're going back to Godhead. No, not right now. Maybe, you will. You will, because he has the cloth. Well, he has the t-shirt. Orange t-shirt. And he has the words. He has the Bhagavatam. He's initiated by Prabhupada, and you're initiated by him. Yeah, you're practicing being a devotee, practicing. Yeah, he doesn't have the ecstasy, and you don't have the ecstasy you see here. How do you know Gohari? Because you're not here. I'm not there because I don't see the ecstasy. If I was, I'd be there. So you're not here because you don't know the value of ecstatic worship. I'm not there because I know the value of ecstatic worship. I know the value of conclusive truth, and it's not there. It's not in the Narayan Raj group. It's not amongst the Radhakund Babajis. That's why I'm here. I went over there. I was with the Radhakund Babajis. I was with Narayan Raj. I was with ISKCON. You're talking to an experienced devotee. And I see, you don't like these modes. You don't like the Nishingadev you're worshiping. You don't like the soft flower that you're worshiping. You don't know the Nishingadev. You haven't seen. And when you see the Nishingadev part of God, oh, you run far away. What do we got over here? They are not here. They cannot find the road to Vrindavan. Yeah, this is the road, man. This is called clearing off the jungle growth, my friends. What did Madhavinda Puri say? This is the meaning of the story. None of these gurus or teachers can tell you the meanings of these stories. Not even one have I heard can tell you the real meanings. They got some part of it, but not much. What is the meaning of Krishna saying, "Oh, I'm in the jungle over there"? That's you out there in the jungle of following religion and religious leaders and religious gurus. That's you. You. Krishna in you is in the jungle with all the jungle growth. And Madhavinda Puri came to the village when he was empowered by Krishna. See, Krishna said, now, because of your ecstatic love, apply that here. Now, because of your ecstatic love, I'm going to appear in the world and deliver people. So how did that play out? Madhavinda Puri went to the village, like Gohari Das went to the village here. Yeah, see? And says, who wants to come and help in this work? See? That's a Bhakta Tom, that's a River, that's Lalita, that's Freddie, that's Amy, that's Fanny. Let us go. See, just put yourselves in that story because you are really in that story. Tell me you can't relate to this. Because of the ecstatic love of this fool there, Gohari, right? Must have something like that, Madhavinda Puri. He comes into the village, right, and asks, oh yeah, River, come help us. Lalita, Amy, Fanny, Govinda, let's go into the jungle and uncover the deity. That's these Vaidhi Bhaktas, my friends. That's the world. We're going into the jungle to uncover the deity. And what did he say? Oh, there's a lot of jungle growth over there. There are a lot of false gurus there. They believe they're pure devotees, but they're not. Their followers believe there's pure devotees, but they're not. They're not real associates yet, but they think they are. So let us go into the jungle with choppers and spades and clear the jungle growth away from the deity. What is that jungle growth? That's called the false ego, the name and fame. It's covering the deity which is inside everybody. See, we come in with the choppers and spades of the real Bhagavatam, the real conclusive truth, the real love, the real ecstasy, the real understanding, and cut away that jungle growth. Whoever wants the Krishna exposed. Do you want this way of worship? Do you want Krishna to reveal himself to you like he has to us? Well, if you don't come here, you're not ready to come out of the jungle. You stay in the jungle and the weeds just grow and grow and grow. And then in some life, you get another opportunity. Simply because you got Prabhupada's books. Simply because you've put on the cloth of a devotee. In some life you will be delivered, but it'll always be like this. Now you have the opportunity. We're here to clear off the jungle growth and expose the Krishna, the real deity. That's what we do here. That's the meaning of the story. We're living this story out. And if we don't, no ecstatic love is awakened in most people. This is called divine intervention. See? The divine is intervening and speeding up the evolution of people. Jesus was a divine intervention of the Lord's grace upon this world through Jesus. And so was Lord Caitanya. And so was Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta and all real devotees to a point. To what point? To this point. It's delivered in phases. People are delivered. From Moses to Jesus to deliverance. See, and from Bhakti Vinod to Bhaktisiddhanta to Prabhupada and to deliverance now. Whoever's ready to go. If not, you just stay out there, and after many lives, or well, God knows, who knows? I don't know. So Maya and Putana are really angry because I'm listening to Gurudev and starting to be free of her illusions. Yeah, that's basically how it is. The Maya and the Putana is the false ego. It's like a split personality, Anyway, it's hypocrisy. Putana, one of her qualities is hypocrisy. You know what hypocrisy is? You know how easy it is to get over hypocrisy? You just come to the real devotees. That's it. You come here. You get just naturally over hypocrisy. Otherwise, you can't get over it. Okay? You get over hypocrisy because this is true. Everything, this is true. The true God is here. Lord Caitanya is here. Radha is here. Devotion is here. Real pure devotion, real ecstatic love, real conclusive truth is here. There's no hypocrisy here in that way. But you know where hypocrisy is? You go to these spiritual teachers and gurus, and if they are not associates, Lord Caitanya, and if they are, they would have symptoms, but I haven't seen it. So therefore, that's where hypocrisy is, because they're not real gurus. A real guru is supposed to deliver you, in our line, deliver you to Vrindavan. If they can't do it, there's hypocrisy there. That was the hypocrisy of the Pharisees. They could not be the medium for which to get to Krishna or to God, the ecstatic Lord, the confidential Lord. But Jesus was that. Their followers became that. So we're this for the Vaishnavas, beginning with the Vaishnavas. I think it's time to stop here. Plus, it's getting late for you guys, too. So, my friends, we will call this to an end here. Thank you for coming every day. And we'll play the Fanny song, lighten things up a little bit. Everybody take a deep breath. I know this has been a thrill.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna,